I mean, the Magic 4-2. The Magic are off to a pretty good start. They haven't looked like this in a very long time, but they have a young, fresh, energetic group that believes in themselves. And they've kind of put themselves in the mix for possibly upsetting the cart a little bit and maybe locking down that Southeast title, which is, to me, a wide open situation if a team is able to pounce on some momentum early in the season. And that doesn't mean the Heat. The Heat are going to be there. The Heat are like a veteran racehorse. They're gonna. Sometimes it takes them a little bit to warm up. They got to be in some allowance races, some just whatever stuff, and they might not win that day. But when it comes to the big race, they'll be there. They'll be ready, and they'll be gamed up. Orlando knows they have to put themselves in position to be ahead of this Miami Heat team if they really truly have an idea of winning the Southeast this year. And that should be a goal for this team. I know that it seems far-fetched, but this is one of the divisions in basketball that it's not far-fetched in. It just takes a nice little hot streak and consistently winning and consistently not losing. That's what pretty much it is, and then you can possibly get there. Right now, Banchero is playing great basketball. He's playing all-star basketball. He's playing at a high level. He's probably going to be an all-pro this year as well, too, all NBA. So that's something that I know he has in his goals, and I know that's something that he's looking forward to. Could he possibly be an all-star starter this year? Anything can happen because he's in the Eastern Conference and he's showing and proving that he's one of the better players in the NBA, one of the better young players in the NBA, as we have the race for the face of the league at this point. And Paolo is right there in the mix of all that right now. You got Cole Anthony, who's playing great basketball right now as well, too. Jalen Suggs is coming into his own as well, too. Even though he was a top high pick that doesn't start, he's still playing at a max effort. So that's something that's really good for this Orlando team moving forward. Then you have a Dallas team that's really playing good basketball. They're playing as they were advertised, as a team that's going to be playing off of Kyrie and Luka. And right now, they're playing off them very well. But when you look at the schedule, you know that Dallas has had some help a little bit because they're not going against some of the better teams in the league right now. You know, their one loss came against Denver, and Denver absolutely housed them. But that was actually a tournament game, so they're not counting that. So pretty much that's why when you see 5-1, it's like, how are they 5-1 when they're really 5-0? They really haven't lost a actual NBA game this year, and pretty much they are a team that when you look at their schedule here, the next two games, they are putting themselves kind of in a tough spot because you got Orlando. This is a game that you're really going to have to play up for. But, you know, then you got to go right back to Dallas and go against a Toronto team that's really a wild card. You don't know what to expect when you play against this team. And they'll be making their Texas two-step anyway at this point. So, you know, they'll have a day off, rested and everything like that. And Mavericks got to fly back to Dallas to play these guys. So, you know, it is what it is. And then they got a big game against the Clippers on Friday as well, too, in Dallas. So, you know, this Dallas team is looking much better than they did to start the season last year. And I think that they have a lot of good rapport moving forward with Jason Kidd being able to have himself a dynamic duo in Luka and Kyrie. But all in all, the way I see this game shaping up tonight, I see the Magic actually winning this game tonight. The Magic are really good at home. All their losses are on the road. And, you know, they've just been playing really good basketball. And the Lakers were a victim of that on Saturday night. It's just sometimes teams just play up to it. And it seems like their home crowd is really back into rooting for their Orlando Magic. And I'm going to tell you like this. When the Magic are really good, those people show up in droves and it gets really loud in those arenas and it gets really tough to beat these Orlando teams. So we move forward. Let's go ahead and jump into our next, which is going to be the Wizards and the 76ers.